now, King Corridor Glamis, all as the weird women promised, and I failed thou place most foully for it. Yet it was said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root of, and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon me, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, by the verities on me made good. May they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope, but hush no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight, we hold a solemn supper, sir, and now request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most dissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous, in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow. Is it far your ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time. Twist this and supper. Go, not my horse, and better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange inventions. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state graving us jointly. Hie you to horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord, our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men, our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without a palace deep.
Bring them before us. To be thus this is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquos dig deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it was said in Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when they first put the name of the king upon me and bade them to speak to him. Then prophet-like they held him under the father to of many kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter on my grip. Thence to be wrenched with unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filled my mind. For them the gracious Duncan have I murdered, put rancers in the vessel of my peace. Only for them and mine eternal jewel, given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings. Rather than so come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now go to the door, and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please, your highness.
Well then, now have you considered my speeches? Know that it is he in the times past which held you so unfortunate, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in prohibition with you. How were you borne in hand, how crossed the instruments, who wrought with them, and all things else have might. To have a soul and to a notion crazed, say, thus did Banquo.
You did, it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point in our second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can't let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand has bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, and the catalogue you go for men, as hounds and greyhounds and mongrels and spaniels, curs, shallows, water rugs, and demi-wolves are kept all by the name of dogs. Then value distinguished by the swift, slow, subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, everyone according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive. particular edition from the bill that writes them all alike. And so of men now, if you have station in this file, not its worst rank of manhood, saint. And I will put that business in your bosoms, whose executions take your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wear our health, but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, who thy vow blows in the face of the world, have so incensed that I am reckless what I do to strike the world.
And I another, so worried with disasters, tugged with fortune, that I would set my lie on any chance to mend it, or be rid of it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my
True,
lord.
my lord.
So is he mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrust against my nearest life. And though I could with barefaced powders sweep him from the sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry waiting reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Thou our lives.
Your spirit shine through you within this hour most. I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of time. I moment on for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace always thought that I required clearness, and with him, to leave no rubs nor blotches in the work. Fleon's his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you tonight. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must it find out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from the court?
Aye, madame, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king, I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madame, I will.
Not sad all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord, why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies in your companions making, using those thoughts which we should indeed have died with them, they think on. The things without all remedies should be without regard. What is done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself list our poor malice, remains in danger of her former tooth. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst, nor steel nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord, sleek your rug looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo, present him eminence, both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while that we must have our honors, and these flattering streams, and make our faces vizards to our hearts, distinguishing what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is mine, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his fleance lives.
But in them nature's copies not etern.
There's comfort yet, they are assailable. The shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's yawning peal. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse, thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who did bid thee join us?
Macbeth.
He's not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do. to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the lated traveler at pace, to gain the timely end, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark! I hear horses.
Give us a light there, host.
When they see the west, that we are within the note of expectation, already are without court.
These horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do. From hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
They light.
'Tis he. It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Fleets, fly, thou must revenge, O slave.
See, they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are given. Here I'll sit in the mist. Be large in mirth, anon will drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
This banquet then,
'Tis better thee without than within. Is he dispatched?
my lord, his throat is cut, that I did for him.
Thou art the best of cutthroats. Yet he's good, that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst, thou art non-imperial.
Most royal sir, Leon's is escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect, whole as marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the grasping air. But now I am cabined, cribbed, and combined, bound into softy doubts and fears. But Banquo safe?
I, my lord, my good lord, safe in a ditch he bids, with 20 trench gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold, that is not often vouched. While 'tis a making, 'tis giving with welcome. To feed were best at home. From thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Sweet remembrance! Now good digest and wait on appetite and health on both.
May it please your honor, sit.
Here had we now our country's honor roofed, were the grace person of our Banquo present, who may I rather challenge for kindness and pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lay blame upon this promise. Please your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full?
Here's a place, reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this? Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake the gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friend, my lord is often thus and has been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought, he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not.
Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one. That dear look on that which might the devil may appall.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts and postures to true fear would well become a woman's story, at a winter's fire, authorized by her grandmam. Shame itself. Why do you make these such faces when all is done? You look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there, behold, look. Lo, how say you? Why would I care I? If thou canst not, speak too. If charnel horses and our graves must send, thou we bury back our monuments, shall be malls of kites.
What quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie for shame.
Blood hath been shed here now. I could go olden time ere humane statute purged the gentle wheel. Aye, and since 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. The time has been that, when the brains were out, the man would die, and there end. But now they rise again with 20 moral murders, on their crowns and pushed from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to all those who know me. Come, love and health to all. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss would here, where here. To all in him we thirst all and all. Avaunt, and quit my sight. Let the earth hide thee, thy bones and marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation to those eyes which thou dost glare within.
Think of this, good peers, but not as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, it only spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man I dare, approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, thy armed rhinoceros, or thy hysterid tiger. Take any shape but that, and firm nerves shall never tremble, or be alive again, and dare dare to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit then, protest me, the baby of a girl, hence horrible shadow, unreally mockery hence. Why so being alone? I am a man again. Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with the most admired disorder.
Can such things be overcome us like summer's cloud, without our special wonder? You make me strange even to the disposition that I owe. When now I think you can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Questions enrage him. At once, good night. Stand not upon your order of not going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health. Attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by maggot pies and chops and rooks brought forth the secrets man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with this morning, which is it?
How sayest thou Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There is not one of them but in his house. I keep servant fed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will, to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know the worst means of the worst. For my own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood, stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as go over. Strange things have in my head that will to hand, which must be acted ere they might be scanned.
You lack the season of all nature, sleep.
Come, we'll sleep. My strange and self-abuse is an idiot fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interrupt farther. Only I saw things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pated of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if please you, Fleance killed. For Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late, who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father. Damned fact! How it done grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear, that were the sleeves to drink the thrills of sleep? Was not the nobly done? Aye, and wise too. For would he angered any heart alive to hear the men deny, so that I say he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's son under his key, they should find what twere to kill a father, so should Fleance. But peace, for from bored words and cause he failed. His presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear. Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself?
Son Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace, that the benevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff is gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike Syward, that by the help of these, with him above, to ratify the word, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepared for some attempt of war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute sir, not I. The cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums as he should say, you'll rule the time that clogs me with this answer.
And that well might advise him to a caution, what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to our court of England, and unfold his message ere here he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to our suffering country, under a hand accursed.
I'll send my purse with him.